It's Tuesday. You guys know what that means. It's Tuesday training day. I'm here today. We're going to be talking about how we are keeping ourselves accountable in our business, meaning how do you work your business throughout the week? How do you stay on track? How do you keep things in order and still maintain the rest of the craziness of your life? We're going to break it down into some easy steps this week, so get ready. And don't forget to stick around for the bonus tip this week. Ready, set, let's go. Hi all, I am Jacqui Duran, your amazing cheerleader for you and your Scentsy business, along with hopefully giving you some great training tips along the way. So you guys probably know those Scentsy consultants out there. I am still running on a high from Scentsy Family Reunion. I don't know about you guys, but I have just been so energized and so filled with so many ideas that it's literally been hard to kind of put them each in their own little lane so they can do what they need to do, right? It really felt like such an influx of information, which was fantastic, but now it's all on me about implementing it into my business, right? Because I can go there, I can have fun, I can meet a good portion of you guys out there, I got lots of great hugs, but when it all comes down to it, when I get back home, if I'm not putting anything into practice, then I didn't really take anything away, did I? So that's what we're going to talk about this week, is kind of putting some of those things into practice and into rotation. Where'd you get that Gatorade? I think a lot of you know by now I am a working mom, and working during the week I can get pretty wrapped up in it. I know for myself, even just taking the week off during Scentsy Family Reunion, having to come back and not only pick up everything from when I was out of the office, but also just, you know, keeping up with the day-to-day too. So I've been on a little bit of work overload. So I've really been looking for little things and little ways that I can make sure that I stay on my game, right? Now, of course, here in August, we have a great month happening. It is what we like to call Transition Month. So Transition Month, it really isn't like a big thing to worry about, but it is something you need to know about. I think last transition I did a video. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link it up there just so you guys have it for reference. It pretty much goes the same way every transition. Basically what this means is we are transitioning from the spring and summer catalog to our brand new and amazing fall and winter catalog. So during the month of August, that's our transition month, right? So we want to make sure that our customers know spring and summer going away, fall and winter coming forward. So we want to make sure that we are sharing with them all of the scents that are discontinuing. You guys can find a list on your marketing tab of your workstation, or if you're in the Facebook groups, you can most certainly find one in there. And then we also have some products that are discontinuing too. So we've got some products, we've got some warmers, things like that. Those are just little things that you want to make sure that your customers know about. If you have a Facebook fan page set up, that's a really great way to get the word out. Share it on social media. So your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, have some fun with it, guys. Those Snapchat filters, we can get lost in there for hours. But you just want to make sure, the key point is making sure they know. Now, one of the great ways that I like to do that as well, you know, I'm sharing it on social media platforms all throughout the month, but I also like to do a customer newsletter, and so I will throw in that as well. So far, so good. Really easy to set up those newsletters, and you can do it for $0. You can do that through madmimi.com. You can also do it through mailchimp.com. There's probably a couple other free ones out there too that I just don't use or know about, but those are the two main ones. And those are really great because you can import your contact list, you can set up great newsletters, they've got templates set up, so even if you're not very computer savvy when it comes to those kind of things. The templates that they perform or that they give you are just phenomenal. You can literally plug in pictures, plug in text, and boom, it looks like this really great professional newsletter. It's fantastic. Now, also going on in the month of August, we have this amazing caveat to people who are joining our teams. That's right. They get to choose from like an enhanced starter kit, which includes one of our diffusers. I know, it's fantastic. It took me a while to get my first diffuser. I actually have two. And once I got them, I was hooked. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So it took me a while to get it, but those customers who are joining and are opting for that enhanced kit, they are gonna be so stinking happy. Plus, I don't know if you guys saw, but coming up in the fall and winter, we have some really great new shades that can go on those diffusers and some really great new oils that are gonna be available to us as well. Now, when I talk about really planning your week, staying accountable, what I really boil all that down to is kind of taking it old school, guys. At least for me, anyway. Whether or not you use a planner, whether or not you use a to-do list, whether or not you have like a dry erase board up in your office area where you write things down that you want to get done, whether it's just a piece of paper with some lines on it, I want you guys to start plotting out your weeks. Now, for those of you on my downline, hopefully you saw in our team page I posted yesterday what the top 3 things are that I wanted to get completed this week. So Sunday is usually my day. It's usually reserved for family time, but I do, because 9 times out of 10 it's family time, and you know, we're not doing activities all throughout the day or anything, but it's also my day to kind of unwind and relax. So sometimes I'm able to get in there, and what I've started doing is just shutting off like a good 30 minutes to prepare me for the upcoming week. So one of the ways that I do that, I use my Google Calendar that is on my phone. So I use that app because then it syncs when I'm online to my actual Google Calendar, so I can access it from different places. Another good thing that I like to do is, obviously I have my planner. My planner is great, but I've kind of gotten out of the habit of carrying it around with me during the day. So, example, I go to work. I don't necessarily take my planner every single day, but I do always take my phone. So making sure that I have it in a spot like that is great, because there are times, I mean, for the most part, I will be completely honest, I work in a business environment to where I really don't have a whole lot of time to do anything else but my work that they pay me for. So there's really not a whole lot of instances that I can actually work my Scentsy business while I'm at work during the day. But on those occasions where maybe it's my lunch break and I want to answer an email, or I'm able to check Facebook real quick and check my team page, somebody has a question, maybe somebody messaged me about the opportunity, then I want to be able to be ready and be prepared. So again, having my app updated and current with everything going on, it really makes things a lot easier. And I will say too, one of the other shortcuts that I like to do is I like to keep a blank email that has everything in it. And I've got a couple different emails set up. One is geared more for people who are interested in the opportunity. I have one that is geared more towards sales, so somebody who is either new to Scentsy or they're looking for a new consultant, so that's why they've contacted me, whatever the occasion is. And then I also have one for follow-ups for customers and things like that. So I have like these mail templates set up. So basically, if I get the opportunity during that lunch break, or maybe I'm waiting, I've got like 5 minutes before my meeting starts at work, I can pull up my phone, maybe I get an email about somebody asking about the opportunity. I can go to that blank template that I've saved, and then I can just import that in, personalize it as needed, and then I'm able to send it out. I can literally get that done within 10 minutes, and that's fantastic for somebody like me who is running all the time. So find ways that you can make sure that you are being consistent in what you're doing. Like I said, my planner is great when I have it with me. Now, I don't have it with me all the time, which is why I use my phone calendar to do all that setup. But if you're one of those people who takes your planner with you everywhere, then make that be your Bible. It needs to go with you wherever you go. Another great time saver is scheduling your posts. I think I've talked about this a handful of times as well, but I don't think that it hurts just to review the basics, because guys, the basics are where it's at. Remember, our whole key to the success of our Scentsy business is truly finding the actual rotation of our business and then keep it consistently rotating. Okay, so you want to keep doing things continuously, and being consistent in that way is really going to speak volumes for you and your business, especially if your business is kind of like mine and it runs a lot on social media. You'll find that those customers who are out there and looking and searching, when they continuously see you posting about it, they're going to know that you are in it, right? You are actively working your business because they're seeing those posts continuously. It's not in your face, so don't go overboard. At the end, yes. A really great way that I'm able to stay on top of those posts and making sure that I am getting posts out is I will actually schedule posts. Now you guys know that on Facebook that you can do that manually. So you can go to your Facebook page, you can set up a post, you can create the topic, you can create the picture, and all you have to do is schedule it for the date and time that you want it to go out. I try and do that usually on Saturdays is my big day that is mainly geared towards a lot of that desk work, I guess, because that's usually when I've got my tablet out and I can sit down and kind of really concentrate on it. So that's usually the day that I kind of use as my social media day, to try and get all those posts set up. I also use a couple apps. There's an app, Buffer and IFTT. I know I've talked about those as well, so you can catch up on some of those and some of the other Tuesday training videos. But those are really great apps because, again, they can post to multiple social media platforms for me without me even doing it. Well, I have to initially set it up, but then it will go out automatically and I don't even have to fuss with it.
It's bonus tip time!
Are you guys ready for the bonus tip? I think you are. I consider us friends. And you guys know that as my friends, I confide in you and I also try and keep you on your game. So what I encourage you guys to do, if you don't already, is to carry a mobile office with you. It can just simply be a pouch party. It can be a small bag party, anything like that, but keep a mobile office on you at all times. I will tell you, I actually had an instance today come up. I had a former staff member actually come around and she was asking me, she had gotten a Scentsy warmer a while ago, way before she met me probably, and she just moved into a new house, so she hadn't really used it too much, but she just moved into a new house and she has now brought it back out, you know, pulled it out of packing and everything, set it up. She had some scents, and she did say, you know, I don't really think that they're actually Scentsy scents. I think they're like generic scents. So that's okay. I won't judge you. I still like you. And she said, but I do have a question. She goes, when I put it in, she goes, I really only smell it for like an hour and then I don't smell it anymore. I said, oh, that's those generic scents. So I said, with Scentsy, I said, truly, honestly, I leave my warmers on 24/7. I really do. I don't ever turn any of my warmers off. So I did tell her, you know, usually my Scentsy will last about 3 to 5 days. So usually at least once, if not twice a week is when I'm changing my wax. I like to usually keep it at about a 1 week thing because I got a lot of warmers in my house. But I throw in different scents in different rooms. So at every different time, you might walk into the kitchen and get a nice whiff. Sometimes you might walk into the bedroom and be like, oh, I like what's going on in here. So different scents all throughout the house. But I did tell her, you know, that's probably what's happening, I'm guessing. And what was her next question? Her next question was, do you by chance have a catalog so I can look at your scents? Here I am, middle of my work day, right? And what happens? I pull out my mobile on-the-go bag. Okay, I actually ended up leaving it with her so she could smell all the scents. So it's the one that we got at Scentsy Family Reunion. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it's just like a black bag, and it unrolls, and it literally holds everything, including testers. So I said, you know what, here, take this for the night, bring it back tomorrow. That'll give you some time to sniff through some things, because I was in the middle of like 5 different projects at the time. And of course, I knew it already had catalogs in it. It had my business cards in it. It had order forms in it. I knew it had everything ready to go, even a scent of the month bar. So I told her to go ahead, feel free to use a couple cubes out of that and try it out, see what she thought of that scent. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with being able to do that on the go, on the fly, but that's only because I was ready and prepared, right? If I didn't have that, now it's not a huge issue because I work with her, so I'm gonna see her again tomorrow. I could have brought it the next day. But the point is when you've got people who are talking to you, let's say you're wearing a branded shirt and you're going out to the grocery store and somebody comes up and goes, oh, you sell Scentsy. Do you have the new catalog? I haven't seen the new catalog, but I've heard about it. And you're like, no, I don't have one with me. Here's my business card though. They would be much happier if you had a catalog with you, or even a product list. Those of you who attended Scentsy Family Reunion, we've got product lists in our kit. So we were able to already get those ready to go. So I've already given those out to a handful of people, not a whole lot, but to a handful of people. The main thing that we really have to focus on though, guys, is just being prepared. Okay, so even if you're not carrying a mobile office, which I truly, truly, truly urge you to do, then I at least want to make sure that you guys have your car, maybe just in your day bag, or even in your purse, even if you've got a couple folded up product lists in there, maybe you got some showcase brochures, hopefully maybe one catalog. Then you can at least give that out when you run into somebody. So my bonus tip there was really truly the Boy Scout way, and that was to just be prepared. Be prepared, because people are going to ask you when they know that you do Scentsy. They're going to ask you about Scentsy. It's just the way it works, which is why I love Scentsy as much as I do.
Are you ready to keep yourselves accountable?
Because during the week it can get very, very, very hectic, right? So I want you guys to use some of these tips to hopefully encourage you to take out the fuss, right? Take out all the extra steps. Work smarter, not harder. Schedule those posts, set up a newsletter. That way, at the end of the day, in theory, at the end of the day, you can turn around and you can go, you know what? I have let my customers know, because I know that newsletter went out, and I know that they were following on social media because I got some likes, so I know people were seeing it. You can honestly sit back and go, hey, that's taken care of. Check it off the list. And then you can move on, and then you can continue to build those relationships throughout the month by doing those follow-ups. By doing these little things, it truly leaves me that extra time to dedicate to the follow-ups, to dedicate to having that quick conversation with Jessica, who contacted me about the opportunity of being a Scentsy consultant. So it's freeing me up to do the things that are truly propelling my business and really driving my business and keeping it moving forward. And to me, that's what counts at the end of the day. And I know I am moving my business forward in every way that I possibly can. Because guys, I can tell you from personal experience, don't judge me on my Facebook messages, but I'm awful at them. And the main reason is because I really don't have a chance to work through those during the day when I'm at work. So in the evenings, that's usually when I'm doing my follow-ups. That's when I'm doing the rest of my business activities. So sometimes those kind of get put off to the weekends. And so when I'm sitting there trying to get through those, having the templates set up that I could kind of help me to send those out quickly and efficiently and build those relationships a little bit more. It's precious time, guys. It's precious time. And I want you to succeed. I want me to succeed. I want us to succeed together. And we are going to do this, okay? We are taking this catalog and we are going to rock it out of the ballpark. So are you ready? Do you have your tips? I think you do. Now what I want you to do is I want you guys to figure out what your main mode of keeping yourself accountable is. Is it some app on your phone? Is it your lovely planner? Is it your happy to-do list? I don't care what it is, but just pick a method, stick to it, and let's chat next week and let's talk about how we are keeping that going. Next week, we're also going to talk a little bit more about the incentive trip and how we can earn that. So again, keeping on track, working smarter, not harder. We're going to get there together. I can't wait. Until next week, you guys, peace, love, happiness. Bye.